What's up, guys? So we're back at it. Finally got the car back from the body shop. They did end up pulling the front little support here, so they kind of straightened out these two headlights. Mainly this one, it was pointing up that way, so we got it pointed straight again. I think that ran me like 250 bucks. So, but it was worth it to make it drivable at night. It's definitely better. I'll probably insert some footage of driving at night now that it's good. You'll just have to take my word on it that it was way out of line. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a few maintenance items just to get this thing back to tip-top running shape, keeping it stock so far, and we'll go over some of the things we got for it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to replace these old spark plugs, the wires, the valve cover gasket, and the valve cover gasket comes with the spark plug tubes, the gaskets for those, and also the valve cover bolt gaskets. Got the factory NGK factory replacement spark plugs. There's your stock number, item number. Got the plugs up here. Got the blue NGKs, and then just got a distributor cap, rotor, and the gasket that goes, or the O-ring, the seal that goes in here. I'm not messing with the camshaft, the distributor O-ring that goes in the camshaft, because it's not leaking, so it'll be alright for now. I got a new air filter, and of course we got some RTV for the channels of the camshaft. And believe it or not, I couldn't get a hold of some belts, so I'm gonna have to get some belts on a different day. But they're not squeaking, they look alright. Little grooves in them, but they'll be alright for now. Come back to it later. Not looking good. One of these shorties is very, very convenient to have. Nice captive screws on these. Thank you, Honda. Oh, good. Don't got to get out the ratchet or the little wrench. So I'm leaving the spark plug wires on there so I can just replace it on the new one. Just leave it like that, and boom, we'll replace it. Oh, would you look at that? Well, I think I will be doing that gasket, or that O-ring. Look at all that gunk. Leave that over here. And thank you, Harbor Freight. All right. So the way I noticed that distributor O-ring is the way I know it's that distributor O-ring is the oil that's puddling and seeping out the bottom of the distributor when I take the cap off. See if I can't get you to see it. down there in the bottom, just the bottom of the distributor, and the old O-rings deformed. That right there. See that oil? Alright guys, don't tell on me. Whew. Alright. Boom. You know what? If you don't like it, oh well. So we're removing this distributor cap. All right, so these are 8s. Cracker loose. Only goes on and off one way, so you don't really gotta worry about what happens to it. Ooh, there we go. Got some seals failing. These should be 10s. Oh, look at that. Dang, I'm dropping everything today. Oh yeah. So with these 5 valve cover bolts, take it easy. Don't torque on them too crazy, because they are I'd say they're notorious for snapping off in the head, and I really don't want to have to drill out a bolt right now. It's barely in there. I cannot say enough how awesome these swivel head ratchets are. Nice. To crack this off, you can just pull the cap and kind of give it a nice little tug. Alright guys, this is what I'm talking about. High mileage motor, top end looks beautiful. Please do regular oil changes. I mean, look at that. This is 234,000 miles. And I can't see any sludge or buildup up here in the upper end, on the top end. I don't know the status of the tolerances up here. I'm not going to check them. It's running fine. There's not really any ticking going on. So I think it's fine as is. Yeah, I got a little burn in from the oil from it getting hot, but that's all right. Run some seafoam through there and clean her up a little bit. So, valve cover gasket is this guy right here. Comes all the way around, sits in this channel on the valve cover right here, all the way around. Only two spots you got to put some RTV or some Honda gasket makers right in here. Just before you put on the new gasket, and of course you put the new gasket in here, then you set the valve cover down on the head. All right, something I didn't say is right in here where the spark plug tubes. That's where your seals or your gaskets go for them tubes. So you should. Ooh, that one's torn. All right, we're just gonna get a screwdriver. All right, so be kind of careful down in here. All right, so with that, you just gotta pry back and forth. You're gonna tear up these old ones, but they're trash anyway. And don't worry, these will be okay. You know, yes, I'm not in there prying around with the screwdriver like that or putting weight on it or any pressure on the spark plug tubes. But yeah, it ain't a race engine. I'm just trying to get the dang thing running right. And these things ain't been off in a hot minute. Look at that. Dried out in there. Man, it'd be nice to change all this stuff over. I just like brake clean. Checking for some debris. Dry out that brake clean so it doesn't eat up the rubber. When we put it back in there, it'll air dry, but I'm just sopping it up. If you saw the EGR video, I mean, obviously I can spill some brake clean all over the dang place. Alright, there's the old one. Alright, just cleaning off the surfaces where the new gasket's going to go. I don't have any RTV to clean up, so whoever did the last one. I mean, there might be some in there, but it's basically all gone now. Oh, found some RTV. Nice. Fine. I'll soak some of it out of there. I guess I shouldn't have done that either. When you go to order or pick up your distributor, your new distributor cap, or any parts, you know, make sure what they come with. So I ended up ordering a distributor cap and a seal and a rotor. The distributor cap came with a seal, but the seal does not have the little tabs that are in the distributor. So throwing like Fauci up in this mug. Anyway, so this is the correct and proper seal. It's got these little rubber tabs on it that actually cover up your two bolts in there, the screws for the actual solenoid. So just make sure you get the right one. They're like $3, $2, something like that. It's super cheap. So just get one, order one separately, make sure it's the right one. The cap also comes with new screws if you want to use those. What I like to do is put in the little rubber tabs first. That way you know you got it oriented right. Now you take that around there. And you just put it right in the groove, baby. it's like that movie Ghost. I'm right behind you, making sure you're doing it right, teaching you exactly how it needs to go. Alright, we'll pause there for now. We'll go ahead and get this put together. Alright, so there you go. And your little tabs are going to go towards the timing belt. Alright, I got some leftover brake clean on there. You want to make sure you don't got any oil on the face of that. So when it seals, it makes a good seal. It doesn't leak on you. Alright, so we got it in there. Looks alright. These right here, these are our new spark plug tube seals. We'll pop those in there. I'm just putting a light layer of oil on there so they get lubricated going down into their home. Very light layer. And with these, you just gotta push them down in there. And you can just use your thumb. Some people might use a socket. You don't need to use a socket or anything. You just gotta get them down flush. And they will stop where they're supposed to stop. So got them down in there. That's really all you need. Just make them flush. Just make them. Alright, had to change camera modes for these plugs, but that one on the right, that's the one I pulled out of that far cylinder, or the cylinder closest to the cam gear. Look at that gap though. Look at that. Ain't never been changed, I don't think. All the carbon, the heat. So this will probably improve the way this thing runs and the gas mileage we get. The rest of them are about the same. Just the gap is outrageous. Gotta mind that gap, boys. Alright, so we're gonna check our gap. Take that small end of the circular gap checker and you just lightly run it around the circle. And it's a little big. So all you do is you can take the end of the spark plug in that hole and just ever so lightly pry out. With these, it's not a real exact science, but you get it close enough. So we're going to do 0.043 about, I think is what that one's going to end up being. All right, where did it go? After we gap it, we'll just go ahead and put it in our plug socket. Slide it down gently. So I like to turn them counterclockwise first so you hear a little click. That way you know you got the threads lined up. Then you can turn it in by hand and we'll tighten it down when we're done. Well, your little rubber that's on your spark plug socket might like staying on your spark plug. Then it can be irritating. Alright guys, so you know what I did? I jacked up. See around there? All three of those are perfect. Look at that. Look what I did. Pinched it between the spark plug tube and the dang head cover. So hopefully it's not torn. If it is, I'll just get another set. It's only money after all. Really hope I didn't pinch it and tear it. think we're gonna be all right. All right, so all I did was loosen it up and kind of gently pry that rubber back into around the plug tube, so I don't need to remove the valve cover all the way. My luck, is probably going to leak now. I really think what had happened was that it didn't slip around that spark plug tube the way I wanted it to. And please remember, when these bolts just stop spinning, just stop tightening them. It is such a pain to have to put some duct tape over that hole, or do something that would prevent you from having your daily driver or something like that. You just don't want to do it. It's a pain. So, all right, we're looking good now. So we're done with that tin. This guy, the little rubber piece, goes inside your spark plug wire, or your spark plug socket. Gets stuck on my plugs and down in the spark plug tube on the plug. So I would like for that to not happen. I wonder if I have any lithium grease. Alright, we'll just be gentle. Alright. Well, basically, just don't push too hard when you're putting them in there. Only thread them in just a little bit. Just hear the click, thread it in a little bit, pull it out. before I tighten it down, I'll pull out that little rubber piece. Alright, once you get them on there, you can just, boom, quarter turn or something like that. A little hand tight, you get the feel of it. Once you do a few of them, you'll feel it get snug, and then give it a nice little, you'll feel it crush, that little crush washer. Don't over tighten it. It is aluminum after all. Or the block is aluminum, or the head is aluminum that you're tightening these things into. Alright, for this we're just going to match up our cables. They're all different lengths. I use the provided screws that came with it. Get that shit out of here. Doing that rotor now. Look how clean that looks. Look at that copper on there. Flat side to flat side. It's that easy. Take your screw that you had from earlier. Tighten it up. Take your 8mm and we'll snug it up how it was when we took it off. Don't want this coming off. Just a little bit. Alright, so make sure your little rubber gasket is still in place. Alright, these screws on this replacement one are not captive, so I hear that little click. Snug her up. Check your little gasket. And this you'll snug up pretty good. Once you get that third one on there, you can tighten them down. Where do we go? Look at that. Ooh, it's nice how they just pop on there. Right. F yeah. Man, this thing's gonna run like a top. Don't forget your crankcase or your vent. She's a little low. That ain't good. That's all I got. See if we can get the pour. Look at that. I don't know, does that look like does that look like there's coolant there to you? I don't think so. It looks pretty good. All right. Ow. All right. Stock airbox. Oh dang. I'm dropping all my stuff. Alright, so 90% of people, I don't think y'all even find a stock airbox on a Civic anymore. But, oh yeah, it looks pretty clean. Maybe we won't. Well, it looks a little newer. Yeah. All you gotta do, put it down in the hole. Get in there. There you go. Not a full tune-up, but we got some good-looking blue spark plugs on there. Look at that. Some new spark plugs. Change the valve cover gasket. All right, peeps. So it was late. I didn't really finish what I wanted to last night. So all I got done really was change the spark plugs and the valve cover gasket and the air filter. So we're gonna start it up, make sure it runs. Next video on the Civic, we'll be replacing those headlights, or these headlights, the fender liners, and putting the front bumper back on and getting it roadworthy again. So let's check it out. Let's make sure I did everything all right and start it up. So the interior is going to be in one of the next videos. I'm still waiting on a few parts for things like the sun visor and just stuff to get it back to stock. And I'm still going to hunt down what's actually wrong with the power locks. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to try and fire it up. It worked. I think the brake clean might have had something to do with it not wanting to start immediately. Oh, you can definitely smell it burning it off, that's for sure. There's a little knob. Well, I guess it runs, so that's good. Yeah, once I get everything back together, get the fender liners replaced, headlights replaced, and the bumper back on, I'll take it for a spin and test it out.